Good luck.
Green flag, green flag.
Really? Freaking 4X off the start, dude.
Sorry to the person in front of me and sorry to the person behind me. I did not expect that checkup.
Wrecking in turn 2, wrecking in turn 2.
Nice, done.
Wrecking in turn 4, wrecking in turn 4, wrecking in turn 4, 4, 4, 4.
Hey guys, welcome in. Sakari, thank you so much for 100 bits, really appreciate it. Hello, hello. How are you doing today? Alright, we're going to have eNASCAR watch party today. It's going to start just like roughly in 15 minutes. Alright.
going. They drive. Spin across the line. Wow. 12 drivers remain. Open to match dreams with destiny and claim a cup filled with history.
Okay, guys.
The NASCAR playoffs.
Привет. Ну, правильно же, MAF читается. MAF. Ну ладно, буду называть ее MAF. Designer, hello. Happy to see you. How are you doing? Welcome in. Wait a moment. Oh my god, guys, I've been away a long time and just opened iRacing and like, oh my god, new UI. So I have to get used to it once again. Oh. Alright guys, today we're having playoffs of eNASCAR. You good, nice to hear that.
To $500,000 has reached its penultimate chapter. Tonight, from iRacing's virtual Phoenix Raceway, we say good evening,
okay, give me one moment.
And welcome to round 17 of the 2020.
All right, we're going to share a chat.
eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing
going to share a chat with
Els
Els once again.
120.
Let's go.
At the end of the night, we will know the 4 drivers who will fight for a world championship here in 2025. It has been a spectacular 16-race season thus far, and we're happy that you're with us once again here on a Tuesday night. With Kenneth Bueno, my name is Evan Pasoko, and KB, 2 races into these playoffs, 2 very different playoff drivers with race wins, leave us with 2...
Do you want to hear a lame joke?
And what tonight means, Evan,
once again,
there is no safety net. This is the only shot you have as a driver if you
want
to join
my
Stephen
headset.
Wilson
Give me a
and
moment.
Zach Novak as those with the golden ticket for the virtual homestead of Miami Speedway.
Luca, hello. Hello. Welcome in, everybody.
They can obviously go out for the win alongside Colin Keister and Jordi Lopez, but those 2 on the right side of your screen, Evan, they need to win this race. No questions, no ifs or buts. They've got to do it, and all the drivers have to execute. They want a chance at a title in 2 weeks' time.
And it looks like Casey Kerwin, a little bit of a gap, but know that if any of those drivers below him, Minter, Zelensky, Duvall, or Salas, or the drivers in the must-win category take a win, it eliminates a position available on points. So up to 2 points paying positions available, maybe just 1 if we have another first-time playoff winner in this round. Well, as always, NASCAR Fan Rewards members, sign in now and enter tonight's code Phoenix9GL on your member dashboard to earn 50 points for joining us on our show today.
Aaron, thank you so much for 66 months. Really appreciate it.
So you go to NASCAR.com
hey. Welcome in, everybody.
To join now or scan the QR code. Again, that's Phoenix9GL to participate in your NASCAR Fan Awards program for this evening.
Also, guys, we'll have a college series starting like next week.
And we are going
next week, wait.
I
think tomorrow. It's starting tomorrow.
NASCAR Xfinity Series driver and
yes, it's starting tomorrow.
Here to the sim. So Anthony,
oh, really?
Hanging out as our kind of grand marshal, master of ceremonies.
Guys, you can congrats me that I closed the deal. So nothing connected me with my toxic dad. Finally, I'm so happy. I still, need some time to realize that, but already feeling better. So I slept like a child, didn't sleep really good in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Going down live on stream on their YouTube channel, youtube.com/Logitech.
What do they do before a race in Australia? They qualify.
Some of the great new things they have coming out for the sim racing community.
I
can say that it's amazing what they've been developing the last few years to really cater to all levels of sim racers around the world.
Seed, hello.
On the show,
Welcome in.
I'm
Happy
looking
to
at a
see you
Logitech
here.
webcam. I've got my Logitech wheel, my headset, my keyboard, all the peripherals. We're a big fan of theirs and happy that they're a part of being a sponsor for this series. You mentioned the live stream. For those who maybe don't want to wait for the news to trickle out.
So you
on
guys,
social media,
Steven Wilson, Zach Nowak, they're secured. Now we're going to see who's going to secure their position after playoffs to fight for the championship.
YouTube.com/LogitechG for Logitech G Play.
So yeah, should be a really interesting race. I really like races at Phoenix. Phoenix
all the sim racers.
special track,
We
and
talk
it's
about Logitech's
absolutely
long history
amazing.
with iRacing, but iRacing is more than just the simulation service itself now. Of course, iRacing Studios, the group behind the new NASCAR 25 console game, which is going to be coming out soon. Every day I go on social
Hey, I
media,
can jump to
see
the voice
chatter
if
about it.
else
You've got a little bit of a taste of it. What can you
want
tell us
that.
about
I'm
NASCAR
just
25?
I could say
You're
that it's
calling
definitely
me?
the best
Okay.
console game we've had in many years, if not decades, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for something like this for quite some time. So I can't wait till everyone gets to experience it for themselves. I've been fortunate enough to get a sneak peek and do some gameplay. I think we may or may not have some
Hello?
footage of that rolling out soon, hopefully. But it's a big step up from what we've had in years past between the
Can you
career
say
mode,
something?
the car physics, just the graphics themselves, the way the tracks look.
Right.
Obviously, they're iRacing's track scans. So it's very similar to what you can expect on the sim in the palm of your hand in a controller.
Well, we'll turn things back to this series. One race to go until we know the 4 drivers for sure who are going to be fighting for the championship at the NASCAR Hall of Fame in a couple of weeks. So I'll put you on the spot. Right now, who do you think of our eligible drivers is going to be walking home as an eNASCAR champ this year?
Well, there's a lot of drivers on the cut line I was talking about earlier, and I know you mentioned, but my good friend from my home state of
here.
Connecticut, Zach Novak, has already locked himself
Yeah,
in.
all good, yeah.
He's got a chip, but it's been quite a few years since then. So I think he's got that chip on his shoulder to go out
Okay.
there and earn himself another one. I know he's got what it takes, and definitely looking forward to the live event. I'll be there again, like I have been in years past, and it's going to be exciting nonetheless.
Fellow Connecticutian, that's probably not a word, but
That
I
is
appreciate
correct.
there. Okay, I got it. There you go. Looking forward to
Yay,
obviously it
nice.
was an emotional win for him. Looking forward to seeing him back in that finale. I'm looking forward to seeing you there as well. It's going to be a lot of fun as we get the group back together. I think we are about ready to get this thing underway. What do you say?
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me, but cars are rolling, and it's time to get this race going.
We appreciate you being with us. That's Anthony Alfredo, NASCAR Xfinity Series driver, and a very good iRacing driver here on the service as well. Anthony, we appreciate your time. And with that, we are about ready to get racing here tonight for the second to last race of the season. So as the cars roll on Anthony's command, let's go trackside and take a look at your Coca-Cola.
Go ahead, design them.
It is pole position number
Go ahead.
5 of 2025, more than any other driver for the Canadian Sports number 11 of Vicente Salas. He'll bring us to the green flag tonight next to the BS Competition 89 machine. It's Jordi Lopez, 2 playoff cars looking for wins on row number 1. Row number 2, Zach Novak is locked in. He knows he'll fight for a championship this season. He's joined alongside his Channel 199 car by the FGR Excelli Racing 14
right.
of Seth Demergent. Then Tucker Minter kicks off the inside row number 3. The William Byron Esports 97 car starts alongside your second locked-in playoff car, the Spire Motorsports 77 of Stephen Wilson. Continuing on through, more playoff drivers with Casey Kerwin and the Pioneers number 24 car. He'll be next to the highest runner of some of the non-playoff cars. That's the Team Dillon 33 of Taylor Hurst. And to round out your top 10, P9 on the grid goes to the Apex Racing Team 96 of Christopher Hill in a big battle for the rookie points. He's next to the Channel 199. That's Dylan Duval.
Pair of rookies on row number 6, including the Latard Esports number 40 of Connor Euroshak, trying to beat Christopher Hill for Rookie of the Year honors, and Quentin Warman, the Hayek Motorsports number 50 on the outside in P12. Then the ERA Esports number 22 of Bobby Zelensky, trying
All right.
to win or break
When
his way
Lou
to the
interviewed me
championship
for
which
Indie
he's been
Talks, I
very
had rolled
familiar
out
with. And
doing
Blaze Parker,
ovals.
the
I'm
number
doing
3 for
them
Team Dillon
now
Esports
just
on
to
the
get
outside
safety rating
in row number 7.
high
Back in
enough
row
to
8
do
is
all
Royal
road
Farm, the
races.
6th
What
car
should
on
I
number
do to
39,
maximize
Daniel
safety rating?
Buckingham, alongside the defending
Well,
winner
you
of
know,
the race
actually,
and the defending champion, the Atlassian Williams Sim
you can
Racing
start
number
from
95
beats,
of Parker White.
avoid all
Behind them
crashes
is
and
the
everything.
teammate of Parker White, the Donovan
So
Strauss machine in his
usually
number
if you
4
want to
Chevrolet,
like
alongside
really
the other
focus on
FGR
safety
Excel
rating, that
car, the
helps.
number 12 of Ryan
And
Musa, in his machine.
if you can get to longer races with more corners, this is where you can gain most of the safety rating.
Frisch subbed in for Logan Clampett's E-Racer car not too long ago. He's filling in for Eddie Kerner's number 19 tonight in 20th.
First time we've seen a sub-driver drive 2 different points races this year. Row number 11, you'll find the Spire Motorsports.
Yeah, and they way safer and better.
He's next to the William Byron Esports number 25 machine of Nick Ottinger. Row number 12, inside the RFK Racing 17 at Timmy Holmes. And to the outside, the Junior Motorsports 88, that's Briar LaPrade. Lucky row 13, you'll see the Kevin Harvick Incorporated 29 at Jimmy Mullis. Next to the second of the KC Pioneers cars, that's the 48 machine of Graham.
All right, guys. I'm a little bit sleepy. Sorry for that. I had really long days, so I just woke up like at 9 a.m. Then all this deal with my dad happened, and then I returned, like, you know, did all other stuff and returned back home. Fell asleep for like 4 hours or something. Woke up, ate some pizza, and yeah, here I am. I didn't get it design I didn't get it with this cacao.
2 weeks from now. Tyler Gary for E-Racer inside row 18 alongside the ERA Esports number 34 of Michael Cote
Sorry, my
Jr.
brain's still slipping.
Top 20 for relegation. Got to keep that in mind for tonight as well.
It's fine.
The other Jim Beaver Esports Ford Mustang and Kwame Scott, the Latart Esports number.
Alright, I'm going to tell you if we got the College Series tomorrow.
Number 6 for RFK Racing, and the other end of the Kanan Esports camp, the number 66 of Alexander Russell, shotgun to the field from Phoenix.
It's going to be a look top to bottom at your Coca-Cola starting grid. Zach Novak, Steven Wilson already locked into the championship 4 for the 8 other playoff cars. One more opportunity.
Yeah, brain's broken. Yeah.
Get it done as we take a
oh, college will be tomorrow. Oh my god, really?
120 miles in at most tracks. That's more miles, but it's 120 since this is just a 1 miler. This track will be all about track position, and tire sets will matter as well. 3 of them available to the drivers. However, if we do end up with a late race situation under pit stops, do not be surprised if we see some rather interesting 2-tire calls. It's been proven to work with this car and this track combo. If we decide to go green, though, we keep it clean for the rest of the race.
Okay, guys, give me a moment,
Window, so Evan, we
and
should be
I'll be with you.
Halfway of the race for a one-stopper. That is if we stay green.
Well, it'll be the 11th race all-time in series history here at Phoenix Raceway, of course.
Yeah, guys, Phoenix is 120 laps. Track is really interesting and really, really cool.
Here in Phoenix. Parker White did it in 24, Tucker Minter did it in 23, and Zelensky for playoff cars did it in 2017. We also saw Nick Ottinger win it back in 2012. One more opportunity to punch your ticket into the Championship 4, and we're happy that you're with us on the iRacing Esports Network. Pace car off and away as we get set for the Logitech G Play 120. Let's go racing at Phoenix.
Let's go, guys.
Good start to the inside. Salas, the lead clear.
Ooh, here's like 4 free whites.
3 wide through the dog leg. The lesser banked half of the racetrack. 4 wide.
Okay, no one crashed. This is really. Oh, just said this. Oh my god, I'm just going to, you know, I'm going to be quiet.
And it appears Zelensky might be involved.
Oh,
At
no.
the exit of the second corner, and that was the Chaos 7 I was already looking for. You fan out so
And
wide.
I jinxed it again.
Everyone's going to try and send it, looking for position, and unfortunately, Bobby Zelensky was one of those casualties involved in the biggest and first crash of the night for the yellow.
Looks like Dylan Duval also damaged in this one. The 95 machine of Parker White got a
Yeah, I just said that. Oh, no crashes, and they crashed immediately after that.
Those red roof numbers, those are the playoff cars, but it all starts some 3 wide and 2 wide, and with different lanes.
Yeah, I like to do this.
There, Zelensky gets into the 33.
Yeah, and it narrows up at the exit of turn 2. You've got such a wide entry into that corner, but as soon as you come out, the walls come up on the left side to enter pit road, and then the outside wall starts creeping up as well. So you really see everyone start to congregate together. They get a little bit more intimate, and unfortunately, that results in some of the contact Daniel Falkingham was the one who had turned Bobby Zelensky. But again, it's a chain reaction, Evan. It's so many drivers that make one tap, and then behind them there's a checkup, and then it's just a domino effect from there. So everything continues to add up. Parker White is hit pit road, so that's going to be damage for the defending champion and winner of this race. And I'd say probably thankful that Dylan Duval is to kind of get away from that. He's really the only driver that was sort of around that incident at the front to be able to scatter away without any damage.
It's interesting. On a first look, it looked like Duval got more of it than White did. But obviously, to your point, White is down for repairs, and Duval stays out onto the racetrack and will maintain a top 10 running position. So two very different outcomes for a couple of those playoff drivers. And Parker White came in as the benchmark. He was the highest driver in the points ranking. As you see him still stationary in the box, it has been a good couple of weeks for Parker White as he leaves the pit stall, because he is your 2025 winner of the William Byron Esports Bracket Challenge.
Okay, guys, I'm here.
Logitech G. It was a heads-up battle between him and Ryan Luza a week ago, and Parker White went through the madness of the bracket, took home the win, so congratulations to him for that. But I know that this night just got a lot more stressful for him, because his focus obviously on being above the cut. You'll also notice, because the
okay, guys, welcome everybody who joined. Yeah, I didn't stream a long time. I've been really stressed and anxious about like all my family stuff, which been going on the background of the streams. So yeah, finally returned back, feeling a lot better, and I think we'll have like more streams, more content. So I made some videos on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, so you can check them out.
Agonizingly long as the race leader to figure out when you're going to go. Everyone has to stay between pace limits. And
but yeah, today potato brain. Forgive me for that.
Has to be careful here through the restart zone.
I think it's okay to be potato sometimes.
Can't pass anybody as well to the outside on the restarts.
Where is the mullet guy?
Back in the air, we're off and away. Battle's going to be on for second spot as Jordi Lopez.
I'm going to tell you.
Does he make a dive?
Just give me a moment.
He does not. A couple of people though making the moves further back already.
You know, I've been waiting for new UI, and I just missed the release week and everything. So have a look on new UI. On this upcoming week.
They were 3 and 4 wide on the opening laps of this race, not because they want to normally, but because they really have to. If they don't get up in front and the race extends to a 10, 15, 20 lap run, it is going to be 10 times harder to find your way around another race car, unless it includes, you know, getting out of line to create some clean air opportunities for yourself, which we'll see drivers do, particularly in turns 1 and 2.
Okay, our mullet guy is P22.
P22. Competitors, especially Jordi Lopez here, in a must-win situation tonight. Evan, a great qualifying effort, and so far has escaped any possible chaos that could reach the back or front end of his number 89 Chevrolet.
Some names read because these guys are playoff drivers, so they fighting to be a championship winners.
Lopez going to be going
so yeah,
the wrong direction maybe soon, because the 97 to Tucker Minner, maybe one of the fastest cars on the racetrack, just made a move on the 2.
Look at this, like Salas, Lopez, Minter, Nova, Kirvan, and Wilson, like top 6 with playoff drivers.
Looking at the number 96 machine. It's Christopher Hill on set, the Merchant, for 7th and 9th spot. Seth able to get a good run off of turn number 2 to defend up on the outside lane.
So yeah, guys, they asking about what the red means on the standings. These are playoff drivers.
They run. Vicente Salas came into tonight 19 points below what would be the proverbial cut line on points, but as your current race leader, it would score him as in. The 24 machine of Kerwin would be in on points, and I mentioned Parker White came in as the best driver on the points. He's minus 20 plus, so he has work to do. The good news is he has time to do it. Still 111 laps to go, but this race will fly by if we get some green flag laps in.
Yeah, there is still so much time for Parker and plenty of opportunities for maybe yellows to come out in which Parker can take an opportunity there, here and there in a moment to be able to gain at least some bit of track position. But this seems to be an exact mirror image of what we saw last year. And it even comes down to this production choice right here for the rear view onboard camera. This happened earlier in the race when Salas was in a similar position.
Lamb, thank you so much for subscription. Thank you. Welcome to 46 family. So yeah, actually these are playoff drivers, and if someone going to win, they just go in instantly to the final race and going to fight for the championship.
But ever since, hasn't really had the most successful campaign for Jim Bieber Esports, and that horrible race.
My guinea pigs friends are great. They growing, they eating, having fun with each other, and actually agree with each other, living their best life. My dog just so happy. Guys, we've been on a hike in mountains, and my dog absolutely love it.
He is in a must-win scenario.
What's the delivery on your microphone? This is the Grosjean.
Their first career playoffs appearance here this season.
This is Romain Grosjean.
So
yeah,
watch for the number
IndyCar.
15 to pick
I
his
got
way through.
also De Silvestro on the other side, so right here. I got a little IndyCar logo over here, and here's the hype, and I think United States flag, and Aaron there racewear. So this is a shop which is selling the merch for iRacing.
Not the case. Jordy pretty comfortable, I'd say, right now in P2. Looking up, that's a half a second gap to the leader. Behind him, it's a
yes, I'm playing guitar, I'm playing bass, and I'm singing. I really like to sing, but you know, due to that, I was really nervous this week, so I just didn't touch anything. So yeah, going to return back slowly to guitar and everything.
Be able to sit in the race lead, have a chance at the W tonight from Phoenix, but there's a really big mental
Music
aspect
stream
to
one
it.
of these days.
The championship
Working on
tonight,
it,
when you're
working
in
on
person,
it.
Fighting for the title in the NASCAR Hall of Fame, how big of a mental adjustment that is between the comfort in your sim rig at home versus racing in front of a crowd of people and so many outdoor factors. Even in this situation, when you're in must win, you have to execute, and there are no other chances, no safety nets, that's where you really figure out who you are as a driver and how competitive you can be. It's all about digging deep.
Guys, I'll be really happy if Sal is going to finish first in this race. That'll be absolutely amazing, because I think this guy just deserves his place in the finals. He really deserves that. TK team, let's go. The best one. Yeah, you know, I just decided to put stickers on my mic because I get so tired of this big Shure logo on it right here. Like, isn't it obvious that this is Shure mic? I think this is obvious, you know?
He may not want somebody who comes in needing a race win per se.
This is obvious that this is Shure mic. So why the hell are they putting this big logo right here?
Getting a win and you're in might help his chances out. So Steven,
yeah, they're not paying to me to show logo, so I'm better going to show you IndyCar.
inside of the top 5, just ahead of Casey, who we were doing the on-board look with those two cars.
Oh, I got no idea what mic that is. Yeah, really.
He did not come down pit road.
What's that?
However,
I got no idea.
Damage on the left front of that track racer Toyota Camry. So he was.
Guys, I got a question for you actually. What's the best, in your opinion, what's the best budget hatchback from like maybe 2008, 2012, something like this?
Especially on the right front, where the tire really wears down the most here with not a lot of banking across Phoenix. But thankfully, this is one of those tracks, Evan, where you can get away with a bit of aerodynamic damage and still...
No Lado, okay? No Lado.
Which is very different from the last several regular season races. You know, you think of Pocono, Indianapolis, even the playoff race in Michigan. You get a bit of damage, your car is toast. You're going to lose the car.
Oh, go away. No Lado, okay?
Here in Phoenix, you can get away with a touch here or there, and you could be okay. We just really don't know how much damage there is on the
Snorlax, what's that?
the overall handling.
Wait.
But it seems like Duval is
Wait,
going a
what's
bit
that?
backwards here, and because of that, he's dropped to 19 points outside of the cut line, which means he's got a lot of work to do. But the good thing is, Evan, he's in 13th. So in comparison to guys like a Tucker Minter or a Jody Lopez, he has
This is
opportunities to
Pokemon?
gain more
Okay.
positions down the line and then even out those folks at the front.
Yeah, it certainly could be worse. And it's not helping him the fact that the car leading this race came into tonight behind him in the points. That just shuffles everybody down the running order. Well, we are getting down the championship season, but it's never too late to be in the loop.
It's a
on
Pokemon
Thursday.
thing you have to remember, else it's only 12.
I'm a part of the eNASCAR community. For more information on everything eNASCAR, you can go to eNASCAR.com today.
My nickname is Snorlax because I like sleeping.
On there, as well as the iRacing.
You know, from
eNASCAR
Pokemons,
social
I remember
channels
only
as
Pikachu.
We get
That's
closer
it.
and closer to that October winner-take-all finale live at the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
So got no idea.
Time of the year, you got
Like you're
NASCAR
like
playoffs
Pink
for
Snorlax. I'm
conference
like,
truck
what the hell is that? Is
championship
like
just on the
this is
line.
like
Tons of stuff for you to take in.
some kind of Wiko or whatever.
The follows overhead, Zach Novak and Christopher Hill at battle for P5 and 6.
Hey, Petit Le Mans is also coming up in October at Road Atlanta, so that'll be a lot.
You're in the
of fun.
same boat as me? Oh, great.
Great events on the iRacing
Thank
service,
you.
even as we get to the tail end of the year. But great fights here in the midst of this group and several storylines. You mentioned obviously Wilson and Novak. When you have that position of knowing you're locked
Do you think
in
you'll
to
be
the
invited
championship finale,
again?
I mean, it adds so much relaxation that I think as a driver, you may even want to run harder in a race like this to try and go at it for the win, because you know that no matter what happens, even if you crash going for the win, whatever goes down, you're fine. You will be going to Homestead. And knowing how much time and effort these drivers put in, Evan, at getting through laps in the middle of the week and working with their team to dial in a perfect setup for a race like this, or even at Homestead at Miami, you know, they're going to have that extra time to be able to dial
Are you
in the
coming
setup,
to the
and that
States
really
for
makes a
the
huge
thing?
difference in more
What do you mean,
preparation
Lamb?
versus less preparation.
Like
Duval
to
did
try
it.
driving
I
the
don't think he's
NASCAR?
happy, Evan, with the lost track position in this route, down beneath the top 15, giving a shove, chrome horn, literally, to Logan Clayman.
Yeah, those two, I think they got...
Ah, eNASCAR final.
as Logan Clayman
No, actually not.
passed,
You
but
know,
I think
it's
Duval
so
just
expensive,
more
and
frustrated with this
it just,
situation. He started in P10,
pain in the
but
butt
number
to do
25 Yvonne
visa
Joe making the move
for
on the
United
outside.
States. Like,
He's
I
going
know
to a race
if
in
I'm going to have
18.
time,
This is
like
not
free
going in the
time,
direction that he
I have
wants it
to
And again,
have
as
to
long
do
as
this
this run
actually.
stays under
So
green,
just to
the
have
worse it's gonna
visa
continue to
like
stretch
in my
out
pocket,
in
you
his
know.
disadvantage.
But
Go on board
it's really
Tucker
complicated.
Minter, your 2023
They doing all these interviews and blah blah blah. You know, it's horrible.
To victory lane here at Avondale, Arizona, get himself into the championship 4. He's been pretty quiet and consistent tonight. For Salas up front, Salas started first, he's still first. Lopez, bottom left of your screen, started second, he runs second. But
We're gonna
Minter,
come to
Wilson,
Sim
they've been on
Gaming
the move.
Expo next
Tucker
year.
Minter
4
passed
out
the
of
cars,
6
they
of
got to
our
third.
spot team
Again,
was
it
there.
slowed
Oh, that's
steady
really
march
cool.
just a little bit, but,
Yeah, guys, I would love to
really
visit
between your top three
sim
has
racing
pretty much been
events and all the
unchanged
stuff.
over the last 10 to 15 laps.
It has, and for
But
Acer trying to become the second
my
driver to win
financials
this
say
race
no,
and win the title the
for
following
now.
event, which was Parker White
All
did
right.
last year at Phoenix and then at Homestead, Miami. But what you're watching between specifically Minter and Wilson is the patience that they've been able to carry with themselves, because as a driver, you have to trust yourself when you know you have a better long-run car versus a better short-run machine. Is on the bottom. There's a look at the replay, and there's that contact you mentioned.
You have so many rigs you got in your own expo. That's 100%.
Is just not happy at all down that straight. He's sending a message to the E-Racer number 42, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the 42 is no stranger to being aggressive.
After this weekend, I'm 12 hours a day in Pentic booth.
He'll race you hard, but, the 42 looked to me like he was just holding his line. And again, I get it. If you're the 199, that's just not a position you want to be in. It is understandably frustrating, and now you'll have 2 playoff drivers intersecting here on strategy. Colin Keister, remember, started from the back. He did not qualify.
You know what that looks for me right now as many races which we saw this season when Salas just been leading the whole race and lose the race in the end of it. So hopefully it's not going to happen this time.
We'll see, though. Again, give credit to Duval. He's not making it easy on anybody, but 2 intersecting races for these 2 drivers going opposite directions.
Yeah, for Keister, his long-run pace is really starting.
So guys, first of all, I would like to return back to streaming. I would like to
make their way up to the field with this long run pace.
Like
And that
jump
inside
into
is
some
just so
races,
strong here,
have some
Phoenix. You
fun.
make the top work in 1 and 2, but you need a bunch of laps and a bunch of energy on the bottom to be able to make that happen. I don't know if it's been that long enough in the race yet to where the very top groove here, Phoenix, in that part could be of any use. And for Cozy Jr., I mean, give him credit. Started 36 in this race because he had to. He did not qualify because he wasn't able to due to penalty
Like recently,
points, and
a
he's
lot
the
of
driver
things
having right
been
on the
going.
mark for the top 20 relegation cut line. He comes into this race 20 points or 20th in points and only 5.
I love 46 Expo win. Anytime, just fly to Almaty and I'm going to show you my sim racing room and everything. Guys, actually, we got a lot of stuff. It's crazy.
Easier either. And
It just,
we talk about those other battles. That's one of my favorite things.
I know,
about
it's
this
crazy.
series
I
is the
can
hard
say
charge of
anything.
Michael Cozy Jr. now goes to the inside about it. It's a battle for 21st and 22nd with Dylan Duval.
So actually my plans, guys, for the next summer, I would like to be a coach on the local track, which we got. And maybe during the winter, I would love to be also a coach of the,
many different things to track.
like driving on ice, on snow, something like this. So to have fun with people, because I just realized that I've been, you know, locked in my apartment for a long time. Like that started from COVID, and then you get used to that you're staying at home during the COVID, and then you're like, oh my god, I can go out actually, and it's safe, and yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard. When we move here to Almaty, it's a little bit easier because I already got some friends out here. Also, one of my friends, she returned back to Almaty as well. But yeah, one of my friends, she just like go for work to Astana. Astana, this is the capital of Kazakhstan. So yeah, you know, it's a lot easier to go out here because I got some friends, and it's really cool. But I would like to, like, you know, extend my social network and everything, and I would love to have fun and to help people here how to drive cars and everything.
Rotating wise than everyone else. You just gotta trust yourself that you have it. You can't really
What is outside? You know, the world outside, yeah.
It's in the top 5, nearly trying to look for the lead on Salas.
And we are starting to see things tighten up a little bit. Odd Vicente Salas is your leader. He had been holding.
So guys, actually, I going to tell you. Going to tell you maybe budget
inside of the top 4. So they are
over the
all
car.
compressing onto each other. Salas is coming back. Wilson and Minter are closing in. And lap by lap, those lead 4 cars. Even Novak, too, in 5th, a little bit
So,
back. All playoff drivers amongst the top 5.
tell me about the best hatchback. Can be hybrid, can be like, maybe if you're going to tell me Toyota Prius or like Honda inside, I'm just like, okay, like I'm thinking about these cars. So just name me the best hatchback under 7,400 USD. All right. I'm not looking at co-op right now because I would like to, like, you know, travel with friends. I would like to have free space in a car. All right. So, yeah, we're going to have GR86 in the future, but at least not right now. Yeah, I'm actually really interested in GR86 because it's a really fun car. It's not so expensive. It looks great, and if I can get it with manual gearbox, it can be a really cool thing to do. But yeah, right now I'm just looking for the car which will be
My turn, Bubba.
you know, kind of flexible. Like I can go for
Logitech G wheels and pedals available now on Amazon.
For a trip, I can go to like racing track, Something like this. Hey, Jar Yaris is really cool, but we don't have them here. We don't have them here. Unfortunately. It's a really cool car. You know, I'm a big fan of this little small hatchbacks. They're great.
But it's the Craftsman Truck Series
Especially
playoffs.
for city
No time
and
to admire your reflection
like for
in
everything.
shiny trophies of May and
They
June.
looks great.
No. What have you
They're
won from
not
the
eating a lot of fuel, and
room for resting on
they
laurels,
fun looking,
because
and
it's the survival of the
yeah.
fastest, my friend. And to be champion, you best not look back.
Coverage of the eNASCAR Coca-Cola.
You know, I'm just thinking that I'm getting old when I'm just like, oh, maybe I can have a look on some Toyotas or something like this, because you know, in my childhood, in my teenage years, I've been looking into
and buy Sunoco, from
some
fueling your
BMWs,
favorite NASCAR teams to filling up
some
a pump.
Mercedes,
Sunoco's trusted to
and
help
something
you
like
perform
this,
at
and
their
now I'm like, oh
peak.
yeah,
Sunoco
Toyota is
is
really
what
good.
you
So yeah, I'm just actually getting old. Volkswagen Spark, what's that?
Phoenix Raceway continuing under a long green flag run.
Let me Google this.
Vicente Salas has now stabilized the advantage that when we stepped aside was.
Ah, it's EV, yeah. You know, I'm not looking at EV actually. This is EV or not?
0.3 of a second and 5.5. That's a pretty big difference. So for the moment, we'll put a pause on the battle for the race lead and instead jump back to watch this. Zach Novak and Christopher Hill battling for position. Two drivers at very different spots. Christopher Hill.
Ah, you know, I'm not looking at electric only because I'm planning actually long trips.
In his own right, only 3 points.
And point that
Rookie in the standings
we got like a lot of EV stations here where you can charge the car, but we still got some places where here's absolute no charging stations, and you know, can be really
which will be in 2 weeks' time in virtual homestead in Miami.
really hard to travel.
Only elevating the level.
Can you tell me about a bit more about Polo or Golf? Is it really good? Is it like
in the last race in Texas, but he finished in 12th.
like not so expensive to maintenance and do all the stuff? Versus Toyota for sure. Toyota and Honda, because I'm looking to Honda Inside, Toyota Prius, Toyota Auris, Toyota Corolla hatchback, something like this.
He's above it relatively comfortably, so he can go in these final two and take a swing at it. Fantastic run for Hill over the last few races, and now trying to run for that Rookie of the Year honors. It's a great call.
Yeah, and you look at Yurashak's last 4 races, a 9th and 8th, a 24th.
Because, you know, personally, I know all these talks about Toyota, like, Toyota can last till the end of your life or something like this.
I see those two guys are probably pretty safe, if not already locked in on to being able to, you know, stave off.
Toyota probably cheaper.
Series again in 2026. I think Blaze Crawford's got a really good look at it. He's got a 4-race top 15 streak working.
You know, that sounds like I can escape from Toyota.
He's going to be close to the bubble, but some interesting rookie storylines to follow because nobody, especially a rookie though, wants to.
Guys, it's really cool. Salas like 5 tenths away from Lopez, but we still got more than half of the race to go.
Being streamlined, and now the eNASCAR qualifying iRacing series feeding directly into this eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing series. But there's the oddboard.
Not a lot of Audis right here, unfortunately.
Again, even with
we got a lot of Toyotas, Kia, Hyundai.
That's a great point Evan, you make about having the
what else?
Qualifying series.
Some Chinese cars.
There are 2 different things about this,
but all of them are SUVs. I'm not a big fan of SUVs.
You have less races, which is good for timing reasons.
Oh, we got yellow.
Will come out, but there's not the chance to have more races to get back on your momentum if you fall off. There's a spinner in turn 2, and it's Colin Bowden, actually turn 1, coming off the dog leg. So a spinner into the first corner. Colin Bowden seems to be the only one involved. And after 53 laps, Evan, we probably anticipated the first yellow to come a little bit later, but looks like, or the second.
Oh, we also got a lot of Chevrolet.
Yeah, and this one right at the midway point too should bring a wholesale pit
like
service
Cruise,
for all the
Spark,
at 68
what
laps
else?
to go, a little bit
Aveo.
outside of what we said was the recommended run or fuel window of 55 to 60 laps on tires at a fuel, but maybe a number that
Okay, guys speeding. You know, we on lap 53. That means that probably people can make till the end.
Down for a competitive pit stop. So this is the first time all of your race leaders are down pit road. Let's wind it back and take a second look at what happened in the incident. It was a battle for P19 between Bowden and Cozy.
So just like last year, Evan, after a decent green flag run, it's a caution that involves Michael Cozy Jr., and it's almost in the same vein, too. You run up wide off of turn 4, rather, because it's such a tight corner. You come down to the dog leg. I think Cozy just might have thought maybe he'd be able to get a little bit closer, bring the 6 car back before they got into the corner, but I mean, they just make the contact, and that's a really awkward place to get turned. But for Bowden, it's not a good one. The left front goes right into the wall. I'd imagine tolling damage on the RFK racing car. Better look at it here.
Guys, I'm going to grab something to drink and return back. Oh, that was really hard. Hit to the wall.
It's hard to find those marks in Cozy.
Okay, give me a moment.
A little bit too high. Well, a change for the race lead on the exit of pit road. Jordi Lopez was able to take the #1 spot away from Salas. He spent 10.2 seconds in the box compared to a 10.5 second pit stop for Vicente Salas, and that is the difference maker. Both of those cars took 2 tires only, and we talk about the trends. Drivers to lead laps. Well, Jordi Lopez will snap it the next time by. He'll break that trend because he's going to be your leader this time by. Interesting, we always give so much credibility to the #1 pit stall. That's what Salas had by qualifying on a pole, but didn't matter. Lopez quick enough to beat him off at the pit lane, and now we'll see if the 89 can take advantage.
Well, Evan, with a series this competitive, and because these are the 40 best sim racers in the world, they are so close in time, whether it's qualifying and literally everything else, to even the pit stops. They're so close in time, you have to find minute differences to be able to have the upper hand over the other. So it was just a cleaner overall entry and exit for Jordi Lopez, which is a fantastic pit stop. And you think about 2-tire calls I mentioned on our Logitech G race analysis, it was going to come handy. The drivers that took 4 tires, they're 17th on back. So almost everybody at the front has taken a chance at only 2. It works here at Phoenix. Track position matters so much. And for Lopez, clean air is going to be a very big welcome. He's going to have that with open arms when we get this restart.
First cars on fresh tires. Clampett at Ottinger, 17th on the back. Also, Salas no longer the leader, and in the live points now drops out of the championship 4. Jordi Lopez in control. Green flag flies. We're back underway. Here comes a battle for P2. 3 and 4 wide through the dogleg, but at the front of the field, Novak trying to clear Salas on the inside for P2. Not going to beat him off at turn 2, though.
Look like they get feisty, though, off of the corner again. All about trying to gain as much as you can. They're nearly.
All right, guys, we restarted. We restarted.
In the middle of
Oh, Lopez losing his leading position, unfortunately. Salas losing his leading position. Sorry. And Lopez on the first position right now. Salas P2. We'll see if he can return back.
So much traffic, it's so hard to come by, so you got to extend a little bit more, and
his
the
position
continues off of the wall. They're going off.
Yeah, Clampett hit the wall pretty good off at turn number 2, checked him up, and in the 3 wide, Nate Stewart, center of it all. So is the number 88 machine of Brian LaPrade. That ongoing on the bottom is up front. Vicente Salas able to shake the challenge from Novak. He defends the number 2 position, and the battle up front is now for 3rd as the 24 of PC Kerwin trying to go on the outside and has the advantage over Novak.
And who you see down there on the bottom end of your screen as there's contact in turn 3. As Bobby Zelensky got a touch to Michael P. Frisch, sends the 6 Karma Ford Mustang up into the outside wall. I was just about to say how the restart and the packed up nature
this is
of
big one.
Bobby Zelensky move up positions after what was a dire start to this race. And now he's involved in another yellow, this time just about halfway.
Second time that he's been in an incident tonight, and well, It is not exactly the same as the first caution flag of the night, Kenneth, on the opening lap. It's going to have some similar trends, and it's going to show when we take a look a group of 2 wide and a group of 3 wide, and a little bit of either disagreement or miscommunication on whose lane is what.
And you know, this is one of those short tracks where you have to find a braking marker, and usually there are 2 cones lined up against the outside fence that you use to start braking. A lot of drivers go earlier, some go later. It looked like Zelensky thought he could hang on to it at the bottom, but turns 3 and 4, even though it has a bit more banking at about 11 degrees-ish, Evan, here at this track, you honestly have lots of radius and it's tight.
Yeah, so an unfortunate incident there, especially for Frisch, making another substitute start on the night. One more reminder, under the yellow flag for NASCAR Fan Rewards members, tonight's member code is Phoenix9GL. Enter it on your member dashboard, lock in your 50 points on the night. You can always sign up. It's never too late by either scanning the QR code on the screen or going to NASCAR.com/fan rewards. Again, that's Phoenix9GL is your code, and Zelensky stays out, so he's not coming down pit road after being involved in the incident, but of course does not have him in a great position as he still actively scored in the number 20 spot. And early in this race, it was a playoff heavy top running order. It is still, but much less so. Top 4 cars in the running order, playoff drivers. But now we have a lot of big names spread throughout the field. Colin Keister, I'm going to say this is up.
So caution again, guys. Caution, we're waiting. Give me a moment.
But with some work to do. But Zelensky, I'll call it stuck right now in P20. Parker White down in the number 27 spot. Stephen Wilson's 28th. He's locked in. Tucker Minter 30th. Dylan Duval 34th. A lot of names that we were talking about earlier find themselves in the back half of the running order now.
Yeah, it's especially tough for Parker White, but it was obviously for a reason. He had a front nose damaged piece on the end of his car, which is right in the middle. We talked about it at Texas 2 weeks ago. It is a killer. It can really damage your car beyond sometimes repair for the rest of the race. So Parker just had to make sure he fleshed out the front nose of that car and got it back to at least somewhat 98, 99% on the racetrack. For Wilson, it's going to be interesting how he cuts his teeth through the back of this field, but obviously this yellow not benefiting drivers like Bobby Zelensky, whose move up to the field now going to be made just a little bit more difficult with another green flag restart.
Had a long green flag stretch, now a couple of restarts in a row.
Elsa, you're planning to stream College Series tomorrow?
In the Logitech G Play 120, Lopez up front again. Green flag flies as we're back underway.
They just posted the live to like YouTube of the iRacing channel. I saw that, and yes, seems like we can stream it. But yeah, they say to me that broadcast will be 4 hours, so it will be like some kind of tournament or something like this. So as I understand, they changed the format of it. Will be interesting to see.
As they try to chase Jordi Lopez, and you can use that dog leg again. There's so much asphalt even cutting down to the exit of the pit road wall, so you can really flirt with it down the end.
Okay, so we can watch it together then.
Right behind, and it does involve one of your championship 4 drivers.
Oh wow!
The heart of the incident.
Well, you know, Wilson already in, so
of course he knows
yeah.
He's safe. I think somebody whose heart just skipped a beat would be the 97 of Tucker Minter, because he is somebody who is not in a safe position.
Yeah, okay.
He was right in the thick of that also. Same with the number 95 of Parker White. I think White actually gets a piece of this incident. So a lot of playoff cars really close to it. I don't want to say it's fortunate and not relevant for Stephen Wilson, but again, grand scheme of things, he's fighting for the title fight. It could have been a lot worse if it was.
Yeah, I really hope that maybe Vincent Sal is going to win, because he really deserved that.
Wide, coming to the start-finish line, really all the way down the back straight.
Yeah.
Well, we mentioned how things narrow up, especially here out of turn 2. It also does so with
well,
turns 3 and
that
4.
was a bad idea, yeah?
Very quickly, and you've got to really rotate.
Hey, Trevor, thank you so much for 28 months. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Restart.
Oh.
It's just minor contact of the quarter panel. White just barely gets a nose on McCandless, but that's such an awkward exit of the corner to which you're already turning the car to the right, and it's going to overcorrect no matter what. It's going to be really hard to save that. And unfortunately for Stephen Wilson, you just happen to be in the path of it. But like you said, for Minter and for Parker White, those were huge dodged bullets, because again, they're pointing their way in. They have to be successful tonight. Wilson can go into this, kind of shrub this one off and be like, whatever, I've got more practice time for Homestead anyway.
He might do some more laps before this thing's done if he decides his night's done. I mentioned Tucker Minter's hurt must have skipped the beat. Let's just ride with him for this. a foot off the right front quarter, and that gave you a great perspective of how the contact happened on the bottom from that angle, almost looking like the two lowest cars in the four-wide battle both came kind of slightly in each other's direction from that one. And if you're Minter, if you're Parker White, the first thing I think of, Kenneth, is if I'm seeing cars going four wide, I don't want to be anywhere near it. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to see it, but you've got 55 laps left, and neither of you are in a transfer spot. So maybe we are at the point where you can't really pick and choose your battles, and you got to go with it at this point.
You know, it's kind of like that meme of the guy digging in the caves, and then he's just an inch short of all the diamonds. It's that kind of thing where if I do go four wide, I have a higher chance of crashing, obviously. But if I do go four wide, you know, I can also gain a lot of positions in one corner. You know, can get a hard dive in 1 and 2 or 3 and 4. Automatically, I'm up 3 spots versus, you know, having to pick off one driver after the other, which is something like Colin Keister's method, which has worked, but only under a long green flag run. So
also, one thing which I noticed in a racing, we got regional GT freeze right now, so probably going to try to do this. It's really interesting because I can jump to like European server and I'm going to have a better ping.
Especially if you're at the back half.
So yeah, will be really cool to try this format because I've been waiting for it in GT Freeze, to be honest, because we got a lot of people running this series and they finally did this. They finally split it into regions, which is really, really good.
To get into the championship 4, they'll be in first and
so yeah, we
second.
got like Alton Park in European, and we got also Asia Pacific. Asia Pacific will be like far away from me. I'm going to do Euro. So yeah, we can try some Alton Park definitely with GT Freeze then. Woo!
We had seen from Salas all night long ever since he lost the lead.
Yeah, Salas did really good job, and he got opportunity to be on the first position right now. Let's go!
To try and put his hands on this battle. Salas washes up wide, trying to nudge Lopez out of the way, and he does. What a move! Salas to the lead.
It is game on. Salas bumped him coming to the start-finish line, pushed him wide in turns 1 and 2, and it
Yay, here on the first position. I'm so happy.
Back to the race lead.
That's
he was
really
the
cool.
dominant car early until Lopez took P1 away from him on pit road under the yellow, and Vicente Salas flexing some muscle there and forcing the issue to get back to clean air and look at the live points again with the 11 in front. Now he flips back into the good, and Jordi Lopez flips outside of it. Remember, Lopez needs a win. There is no scenario where Jordi Lopez can point his way in, so that is a big change for position. And don't look now, Casey Kerwin, you're on board with the Coca-Cola Chevrolet in the number 4 spot, watching on, looking for more.
You know, I wouldn't be too upset if I'm Jordi Lopez because, yes, you lost the lead, but you have one of the better long green flag cars, as we noted from the first part of this race. So you can hang tough with Salas, and you can keep him within striking distance, and that could be more than enough, especially if this race continues to go green. And then you've got a guy like Casey Kerwin, Evan, who's in this series has been very close to winning several races this year in which, you know, he's been either wrecked or has been involved in trouble in the final 10 to 15 laps of the race. Kerwin has told us in many interviews that he's so close, but he's just trying to nab off that victory to get him into the championship 4 or just get him a win in general. And this could be a prime opportunity as Keesler under heavy fire by Dylan All. But again, this walk up to the field, the long walk for
so here's the question about playoffs. In playoffs, I think 10 drivers getting into it for the championship, so they're earning points to get into playoffs, and then they got opportunity. Like if you're finishing first, you looked up the position, like in playoffs, and you're going to fight for the championship. Yeah, right, Els?
Has been the place to be to close out some of these battles for position. 47 gets alongside. The 15 of Keister gets a shot there from Gary behind, but I do think the top is the place to be in the end.
Yeah, if you're winning one of the playoff races, you instantly go into the finals.
It's a battle for 4th and 5th.
and you'll see the differentiation of lines here, especially here at Phoenix. Is called the diamond in the desert, and you can also use the diamond effort to go into this corner here. Turns 1 and 2 can slide up.
Yeah, that's right.
And start to arc a little bit down. It is a rather long corner, so you got to be really careful of that. As here was the move, Colin Kieser right in front of Tyler Gary, and again, that's the push into the corner.
Yeah. Only drivers who secure their positions for the playoffs, they go into fight for the win and championship. But other drivers, they also go into fight for their positions and points in the championship, at least, and actually to get into eNASCAR series next year. Because not so many people getting into it.
Had been battling and see anything crazy, but obviously Tyler Gary didn't appreciate something, and the message was delivered with the shunt into the corner. Right now, those two cars can't get back to each other because they're separated by the 47. Alt washes up, gets into the fence a little bit there.
As I heard, they need to secure like this top 20, but will be different selection for the rest 20 of the championship, as I understand.
Wants to make it to what would be another championship 4 appearance. He's already done it 6 times. Can he head to the winner-take-all finale for a record 7th?
It would be wild if Zelensky can get back on that stage.
So yeah, basically it will be like harder to get into eNASCAR series, as I understand. But we'll see. So they should give more information about it for upcoming season.
That we have on the eNASCAR calendar in the desert, so a bit of an opposite end there, but for Zelensky, I mean, he's dodged several big bullets tonight. I mean, apart from the big crash.
All right, we can see that Vicente Salas pulling away from Lopez, almost 5 tenths already between them, and it looks like Vicente can win this.
Really 43 laps to go is where Zelensky has to turn on those afterburners, because you think to yourself, if I don't make this move right now, I'm going to be out of it for the rest of the race. Any waiting moments, I'm not going to be like Aaron Burr, I can't wait for it. You've got to take that shot.
And Bobby Zelensky locked.
What do you mean? What standings from eNASCAR?
He knows it. He's done this enough times. He's made it to the championship. He knows a P14 in this race is not enough for that number 22 car to be headed on stage at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. He needs more, and you glance up to the
I didn't have it.
Corner 42, soon to be 41 laps to go in this race. All of a sudden, time is running dry here in the first round of these playoffs. Nothing changing up front. Leader still Salas. Lopez second. Novak doing a good job of keeping it interesting in a battle for second and third, but it's still about 3.5, 4 car lengths.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Urashak, by the way, we were talking earlier about how Christopher Hill had the upper hand in the live battle amongst the rookies. Well, Connor Urashak right now is in the number 4 position. Christopher Hill back in P26. So big swing between those cars in the Rookie of the Year honors.
You know what was the difference there, Evan? Urashak had taken 2 tires. Christopher Hill had taken 4. So that was the big time difference that had pushed Hill so far behind the rest of the group. And again, here at Phoenix, so hard to pass. So Hill has just been kind of mired in the back with trying to find a hole to get into, but just hasn't.
Yeah, guys, also Zach Novak didn't win any race from 2019, which is crazy. He'd been like almost crying on the previous race about his win. I'm so happy for this guy. He really deserved that. Like, you know, to be honest, everybody in this series deserves to be first, because I don't know, I don't understand how you can get into eNASCAR series, because it looks really hard for me with all this ovals. It's about the tire wear management of crashes, and working with your spotter, also working with the team, with the setup, and it's really complicated, you know. Like, I understand road races more than ovals, so if someone going to tell you that, hey, ovals are really easy, don't trust this person.
Looking at the number 25 machine of Nick Ottinger, we are so used to talking about this driver in battles for championships, and the William Byron Esports driver right now worrying about a battle for P17. This would be a big step for Ottinger, whose current focus is the relegation bubble. It is a healthy, nearly 50-point difference for him to the bubble if he wants to stay locked into this series for next year. So P17's going to do a little bit of work to help that, but Nick Ottinger not in a championship fight like we're used to, in a different fight, though.
And that's what's so unique about a series like this has been is that, and with esports in general, the turnover rate's so big. You have the young drivers that come in, they start to make an imprint. You know, Steven Wilson hasn't been in this series that long, but he's already become one of the best drivers that we've seen. And Nick Ottinger, who's one of those OGs in Coke Series action, now he's challenged with having to hang with all of these new drivers. And, you know, so far in 2025, he's had good runs, several poles this season, so it's not like the spark is gone by any means, but he's definitely a driver that has really been challenged this year, and it's been cool to see how he's been able to use that adversity to fuel him. And 13th place finishes in some of the last few races, I mean, that's good enough to stay consistent enough for Ottinger's pace. And he's working nicely on Gary, so another good spot that he can pick up here.
Yeah, Nick Ottinger has been around for a long time. Won 6 races back in the 2013 season. We talked about how
ovals are easy until they aren't, which is when they wave the green flag. Yeah.
Here in 2025, eclipsed that tally that was set some 12.
All right, guys, 34 laps to go as they pitted on lap 53, and we had caution, and we had another one caution. Pretty sure that everybody
Every time I look at Kieser, it's a spot gained. He's up to
secured with their fuel till the end.
14th. They just cannot get to these cars, though. Zelensky in that number 14 spot is the highest running car who took 4 tires, and we were down pit road, Kenneth. I think we said the highest 4-tire car on the restart was 17th. So they just have not made the progress that they were obviously looking for, and the 2-tire decision really showing out well. Now, 33 laps to go, 32 this time by. Could it really swing all of a sudden? I suppose, but right now the 2-tire decision certainly looking like the right one.
You know, it's kind of weird to say this because obviously all oval tracks wear down the right side tires more than the left side tires because you're putting so much load in it. But because Phoenix,
so you guys, I really hope that we go and disagree until the end, but anything can happen. Usually when I'm saying this, here's another yellow, like, hello, I'm here. You wanted yellow? I'm here.
A bit of a weird circumstance here at Phoenix where the right side tires kind of do more of a beating than...
Guys, welcome everybody who joined the stream. So happy to see everybody. Guys, I'm returning back to streaming. I'm finally free from all shit in my life and going to be focused on streams, on some content creation and everything. I hope you like my new reels, which I posted. So don't forget to repost them if you like them and share with your friends.
And you see the bottom for 21st on the battle for 21st.
So I got one with a stop motion, other one from vacation where I'm just jumping into the sim rig. I think it's really cool. I love it. Personally, I just, really, I care about views. I care about your feedback and everything. But I just had a lot of fun to actually making this reels.
Positions in bulk and or needs the 24 car to...
All right, Salas pulling away from Lopez, so he's 6 tenths away already from him, and we got 30 laps to go. If this battle going to continue that way, so I think that Salas got all opportunities to
spots in the championship 4. Does that picture stay the same?
To save this position till the end of the race.
Laps to go here at Phoenix. Just waiting on what happens next. As you see these playoff cars, they know the clock's ticking. They're running out of time, and saw a little bit of smoke. The 69 division of Tyler Gary way up the hill just in front of these cars off of turn 2.
Looked like possible contact, and I'm not entirely sure. I think it was off the bumper of Kwame Scott. So what exactly happened with Gary in one of the cars earlier has happened to him seemingly in the same corner. He got kind of shoved up into the wall, got brushed up alongside, and that's where Alexander Russell and company in the moves. And now there's more.
No! Don't you dare! No!
Alexander Russell into Nate Stewart, and that is not entirely the best case scenario for all those drivers hoping that this race would stay on a 2-tire call.
At least I didn't close that.
It is going to be a battle between some non-playoff drivers, and it takes out Dylan Duval, Temple.
I know, not my fault this time, so I didn't say anything.
Phoenix Raceway will wind it back and take a second look. We knew something was going on between those two cars, and I don't know if we can wind.
No, this time not my fault.
2-lap long story. that starts down the backstretch on lap number 92.
All right, they're pitting. They're pitting.
All the way through to what we saw first.
Vincente, let's go. I believe in you.
Race leaders were on pit road about 40 laps
I believe in you. TK team.
Cars who took 2
let's go.
4 now. To the drivers who took 4.
You blame me anyway. All right.
What is going to be the
fine.
decision on pit road? Let's watch what happened here. Here's where it all goes wrong. 69 machine. That's Tyler Gary. Gets in line and very clearly delivers the message, pushes the 36 into the corner, and takes him out.
That's the second straight race in which Alexander Russell was on the outside of something that has absolutely nothing to do with him. And the same for Dylan Duval. Him and Parker White are running in the back again. They're alongside Tucker Minter trying to gain position, and Duval is going to be one of those unlucky candidates in this all. They come up the track, they come back down. It's Nate Stewart there. And by the way, between Kwame Scott and Tyler Gary, Evan, 3 separate bumper taps in those laps leading up to that incident.
Yeah, that was a long time coming. Gary moved the 36 machine out of the way.
Guys, let's start prediction. So there will be finish or crash. So after this,
off of pit road, 2 tire decisions for all of the lead cars off pit lane, and Vicente Salas maintains the #1 spot. We saw Jordy.
Oh yeah, I really hope we're not going to get like free green white checkers or something like this.
The 9.7 second pit stop for Salas, faster than Lopez's 10.2.
Okay, so you can make your prediction with a point. So finish and green all the way, starting from that moment, like from this caution, or we expecting another one caution in this race, at least another one, maybe more. Can be more. Like
shot at this thing. Looking at a restart,
you can go with your points.
That should have us at 23 laps to go in the round.
12 more cautions now, you think?
That's what Vicente Salas showed the hand to Jordan
I just
Lopez
hope no, please.
All you need is a decent launch. You don't even need a great one. You don't even need to be ahead of them before the corner. You just need to be either kind of alongside or in the realm of
Chris, hello, happy to see you here. How are you doing today?
Lopez,
welcome.
Now with this caution, he's thinking to himself probably, hey, this is where this move is going to get made, because if this race stays green, I am not going to have a second shot at this, most likely against Vicente Salas.
Nice to hear that. Yeah, I'm finally returned back to you guys.
Go early in this restart zone, or they're going to find their way later. Jordy Lopez can have a chance.
You see my flight rig ready behind me. Here's the desk. Like I set up everything. You're not late. You're actually in time for all fun, which we got on track.
Phoenix, but it's a beautiful restart.
Ooh, well done. Nice restart from Vicente Salas. Let's go.
Turn number 1. Novak to the inside of Lopez. The battles for second. Malik Ray slides all the way to the outside wall. Somehow we stay green.
I don't know how they kept it together. They're just going to be about 4 wide at the
my God.
corner. It's good for Mint.
Guys, you can make prediction with your points,
but
please.
Jordy Lopez now has to fend off the 2019 Coke Series champion, Evan, after a phenomenal restart by Salas. He went early in the restart.
I want to move my rig. Can you come and set it up in 27 seconds, please? No problem, Aaron. No problem. Just flight tickets from you.
And it's
and
again. He was
invitation, so I can make the visa to United States.
And he is involved in another accident, and Tyler Gary is involved in.
We crash again.
So the second,
prediction in the bin.
That both Tyler Gary and
prediction in the bin
are involved in. I'm sure Duval was not happy with the way the last incident collected him. Kenneth will let the tape tell the story.
Guys, you can go ahead and just win the 3 points. So just crash in another yellow. So bring points here, and I'm just going to do payout anyway from this one.
Pushes up, delivers a message to the 69, makes the pass, and then what happens?
I haven't seen your rig lately. Well, I remember how your rig looks.
But again, it's just the really minuscule differences in space. And then that catches Dylan Duval sideways. You said that he's been frustrated with the last 2 incidents. Frankly, I'm just going to claim that he's
no worries. I moved so many times with my rig and all this stuff, so I just get used to set up things in one piece over and over again.
But I think Dylan's kind of telling Tyler, don't do it.
So fireworks and emotions are boiling over in this Logitech G Play 120. We talk about all the different ways that our eNASCAR superstars are making an impact in the real world. Well, Garrett Lowe became the first American in 7 years to score a pro podium.
Yay!
In the NASCAR Euro Series. Of course, we've been seeing him compete all season long in the same colors here in this series as he drives overseas. It's been a lot of fun to watch what Garrett Lowe's been doing in real world for the BS competition group, both here on the sim and overseas, and not that bad for a sim to reality story.
Definitely not bad. I mean, you gotta love the sim to reality stories, right? Between guys like Vicente Salas, Donovan Strauss, and even here with Garrett Lowe, just getting their chance to demonstrate.
Oh,
their
this
skills
after
that go way
most,
beyond just sim racing. They're able
really
to
cool.
put a car at the front, finish well, and that's Garrett
It's
Lowe
in
winning the junior
Czech
race
Republic,
at the Czech
as I
Republic
remember.
track, in which Ryan Vargas said some very good words about
Really,
it with the
nice one.
experience he's had racing overseas. So great stuff for Garrett Lowe. We've been kind of seeing him all season develop in 2025, but he's been primarily focused on that, and I can't blame him at all. He's definitely gotten great chances, and he's made great use of the opportunity.
Yeah, there's been a lot of really good social content as well from the BS competition group documenting the journey, so something really fun to keep an eye on. We take another look at what the playoff grid looked like. This was entering tonight. Wilson and Novak locked in with wins. It was Parker White and Casey Kerwin in on points, but a lackluster evening so far. For Parker White has him behind the 8-ball, and I think the live points would have Salas jumping up.
Yeah, here's the question, like, Wilson finally out of college series. I think, yes, yeah. So we've been talking with you about this.
A lot of late race drama, and we go back to a single file restart, this time coming to 18 laps to go. Salas, Lopez, two to watch.
What about Logan Clampett? Is he going to stay in this?
First and second on track. Green flag back in the air.
Okay.
The same thing, Evan, that he did on the last restart. He sees the line in the restart zone. He passes that first line, and he goes almost instantaneously. Jordi Lopez.
Well, then we'll have a more interesting college series without these guys, and more opportunities for other people to win races. Yeah, for sure.
In turn 3 for 4th. What a run for Euroshak.
Connor Urashak has flipped the script.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
He's having one of his best drives of that young career in the.
All right, Salas did another one great restart. I hope we going to continue in that way tonight.
Colin Keister, he needs more, but Keister has driven himself all the way from a 34th position. He is now in a battle for 7th, so still with more spots to gain, he is on a mission.
You come out of a race like this, Evan, and you think yourself, if I have given myself a shot, that is all worth it. Even if I'm not able to get myself into the championship 4, at least I had a chance to do it. And for Keister, he's basically going to put himself in that place should we end up with more favorable situations and more stack-ups after these yellow flags. But then back here is where the desperation is really kicking in. Tucker Minter running on the inside in 13th, Zelensky on the outside in 14th. Those are the 2 playoff drivers going at it. Look how many points they are behind the cut line. They need to go after it right now, and this is not helping their cause with 15 to go.
Yeah, they are not in a good spot, and neither is.
I just really hope that no caution. Please.
Has just been a high teens car this entire race.
Please, no caution.
And right now, 8 points out, has the most realistic chance to maybe try to make some noise in the points, but again, he either needs to gain 8, he needs the 24 car to lose 8, or some combination.
Oh no, spinner!
Start finish.
Colin Keister is the man around with 14 to go, and this Cinderella story may have just had the glass slipper shatter right in front of his face. Colin Keister goes around at the exit of turn 4, and there was contact, minor contact with Donovan Strauss. But
I better just not talk about any cautions anymore. Every time I'm like, oh yeah, we're not going to have caution.
It's just a side-by-side battle. We've seen that probably couple hundred times tonight for position here and there, and unfortunately for the 15, the 4 appeared to be just a little bit high.
Huge mistake.
After quarter panel again, that's a vulnerable spot on Colin Keister's machine, and Donovan Strauss apologizing and taking responsibility for the incident over the radio. It was still a long shot for that number 15 Machida Keister to get in.
Yeah, I'm not
He
going to
likely
say
would have had
that
to driven
no
his
more
way all the way up
cautions, because
to
every
win this
time I'm
race,
saying
but
this, like, here's a
what an
caution,
effort
hello.
for that car starting 34th. He had driven his way to the precipice of the top 5 or so.
Yeah, I like to do this, yeah.
That will all but do it for
I
him.
got, you know, special connection with everything, yeah.
Keister to the list of the likes of Minter, Zelensky, and White, who right now just do not have what they need. And if you want to talk about, you know, what happens here late, you're looking at the battle up front, which is pretty clear-cut. Vicente Salas and Jordi Lopez. Both of these cars, I think, need to win the race the way things are running.
Yeah, guys, another one and another one. I'm just...
Advance, because the 24 of Kerwin, in any scenario
I'm just going to shut up till the end of the race, all right?
In the number 4 spot, the 1 spot in on point. So there's 2 things to look for here. Salas and Lopez, it appears that only one of them are going to get in. You got to win the race to do it. And if you're Kerwin, the points paying position's the vulnerable one. He was 8 points ahead of Parker White. If I'm the 24, I don't like these restarts, Kenneth, where I got to keep going through the motions and people are going to be putting me 2 and 3 wide. This 24's got a lot of hard decisions to make on do you race aggressive, or if somebody puts you at an uncomfortable spot, do you give up a point or 2 to try to stay safe, because 7 points is not a big margin. You know the 95 is going to be doing the opposite and driving super aggressive.
And as a driver, if you're Kerwin, you're thinking to yourself, the deeper I get in this field, the worse it's going to get, because more drivers are going to be more desperate in the middle of the pack, like we've seen all season long. I mean, top 15 have been some of the best battles we've seen, because they're all just going after one another. That's kind of the trenches of the Coke Series, is that mid-pack position from 15 to about 25th. And so Kerwin, you know, every green flag lap, he's staying in his own zip code. He's got enough bubble room to everyone else. Now it's really not the case. But it's just opening that opportunity maybe for a Zelensky or a Minter or even a Parker White to make good use of the opportunities. It's just with how much chaos we've seen tonight, I don't think you can say, I'm going to gain all these positions in one fell swoop. You're going to have to still work for it, and each passing yellow is going to make you rethink your situations a little more. And overthinking could be a killer, especially in high-pressure situations like this one.
This may be the final restart of the year.
Oh yeah, final restart of the year. Yeah. I'm not going to say that loud words from my mouth.
Tucker Minter up to the number 11 spot. Parker,
I better just
they hope that this race has some more late race twists left in it. Salas up front, just
keep
so
it silent, all right?
In the restart zone, another beautiful start for him.
Nice restart for Salas. I'm just so proud of this guy tonight. 10 to go, 10 to go. Let's go.
What a start for the 11 and the 2 car.
Only so much you can do, though, if you're Jordi Lopez, as Novak is near to clear at the exit of turn 2, because if you go any further as Salas goes right at the start of the restart zone, you're going to get a jumping the restart penalty. So Lopez is only doing what he is given.
Yeah, Salas is OP.
With the lock, Casey Kerwin just hoping
it's
that
great.
those 2 in front of them do not touch in the middle of turn 1.
Outside, starting to gain the advantage. Can Jordi Lopez get clear in the battle for second spot off at turn number 2? Yes, he is. So he is now solely in possession of P2. He'll drop down to the inside, seal off the number 2 Machida Novak, but now he has a half a second disadvantage to the race leader. Is 8 laps to go enough time for Jordi Lopez to get up and fight for the race win?
And
8 to go, guys.
Your best ever laps. Jordi Lopez
I'm getting nervous.
Long run car all night long. Now it's about what can you do right here and right now. And the good news is that there's an battle behind him for third.
Guys, I don't know how you're watching all these races, like Formula 1, NASCAR, like IndyCar or something else. I can watch only eNASCAR because, like, that's enough stress for me.
So all of these drivers midfield, desperate, took tires on some of the late trips down pit road. They are taking advantage of all of these late race restarts. Urashak in the 40, now up in the number 3 spot, still trying to track for what could be the best result of this rookie campaign.
6 to go.
If he can hang on to it. Novak, already a winner, does not need any special result here tonight, but he's in this conversation. He and Kerwin in a battle for 4th.
They're going to be really careful around here. And what I noticed up front, in front of Bobby Zelensky, is the teammate of Parker White and Donovan Strauss. So as long as Parker's going to be back here, Donovan Strauss may have a chance to make Zelensky's life a little bit harder at this portion of the field, just in case. But the yellow will fly with 5 to go, and it's Cody Bias. And Evan, that should nearly put us into overtime. Again, late race restart after late race restart in this Logitech G120.
This one's going to look really similar.
They'll be free to go on restart, guys. Getting ready.
Not that long ago that ended up taking a Colin Keister out of this race. And it's going to be that unique turns 3 and 4 where you have to wash up to the outside at the start-finish line, but not everybody always goes to the outside because you got to start turning down the hill to get to the dogleg. It's such a unique spot on track. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, another caution, guys. Another caution.
Little margins make a big difference. And
what happened?
Wait to see the look. And what happened with Cody Bias? He was side by side with Taylor Hurst.
And this is just simple understeer rather from the 6 car column out. And I mean,
oh,
so
just a little touch.
In the details, like I mean, it's hard to see, and it's really hard to
yeah,
tell. But
real
you just
unfortunate.
see
Just a little touch, and
by
that's
maybe
it.
half an inch to a full inch off the racetrack. Again, you're on the throttle. The right front is only going to respond to your inputs there, so it's screaming for grip. There's a lot of space with the car down low, but again,
I'm not going to talk till the end of the race then.
and as much gas pedal in the race car. So then he just catches Cody Bias, and obviously the dog leg, it's a really awkward part of the racetrack, so sliding up that hill, and Bias is nowhere to go.
So that's what will almost certainly extend.
Hey, you need quality racing, right? So I better just keep silent from that moment.
See if you can get him on the radio.
All right, Vicente, well, you're in a great spot. You led a bunch of these laps last year to try
They're
and put your
doing interviews. Oh my god.
You've led a majority of them here tonight. What is it going to take on what could be this final restart to have a shot at the championship for?
We just got to keep doing what we're doing. I feel like we've done a really good job today of, staying cool, calm, composed, collected. So, I mean, we just got to keep doing what we're doing. We've been fastest car all day, and we just got to keep showing it.
You've done well on the restart so far, Vicente, but late race restarts are never quite easy to deal with, especially in situations like this. How do you try and level out that pressure and, like you say, stay cool, calm, collected in this kind of situation?
I think, I've been here a few times.
Yeah, I think I agree about Phoenix. Phoenix is really hard so that
so just gotta, like I said,
people can have really different lines.
All right, Vicente, thank you for the time. Best of luck on the restart. That's Vicente Salas, Evan, in the race lead right now, trying to go for his 3rd victory of the season. And what a win it would be, especially after Dover and Chicago, where he went back-to-back, and he was the man on fire. This could be probably the most pivotal win, maybe of his career, to get into that final round.
It's the 3rd time Vicente's been in the eNASCAR playoffs. He's done it in 2021, 2024, and here in 2025, he is looking for a first trip to the championship 4 in his career. Can he make it happen right here, right now? It is attempt number 1 of 3 at eNASCAR overtime. Salas, Lopez on the front row.
Let's go!
Likely needing to win this race to advance onto the finale. Behind them, P6, Kerwin, the leader in the points for the final spot. Can the 24 stay clean for the inside of row number 3?
Oh, nice restart. Great job. Great job.
Salas rockets to the race lead. Urashak through to P2.
Salas trying to shut the door. Euroshak in position for his best ever Coke Series race. Jordi Lopez is deeper than we've ever seen him in the middle of this top five.
Let's go.
Middle 3 as they come off turn 2. This could be the only overtime restart we have. Salas to the white flag from Arizona.
3 and 4 wide through a treacherous 3 and 4. Does he get to the white flag? Yes, he does.
Yes, white flag, no caution.
Urashak, the rookie, race high P2. Is there any magic in the Sunoco Chevrolet? A little bit slow as he washes up on the exit at 2. And for Vicente Salas, what will certainly be the biggest win of his eNASCAR career.
TK team, GG's.
Salas will fight for the championship. Race winner in Phoenix.
Nice.
Camera, that's 3. Stop playing with me. Vicente Salas on top of the eNASCAR world again, and had only amassed 1 top 5 since his last
Lucas,
win
see
at
you.
Chicago Street. That was at Michigan, our first playoff race. And how about it, Evan, to go from leading laps last year to not finishing well enough to get into the championship 4 to putting on an exclamation
nice race, guys.
point on the field, and now will fight for his first ever Coke Series title.
3 wins in a single year, by far the best he has had in his career. And you want to talk about being good when it matters? Race winner of 3 of the last 7 races.
Whew,
The celebration
okay.
is on in Phoenix. This winning moment is brought to you by Coca-Cola, the official fan refreshment of eNASCAR, as Vicente Salas wins the Logitech G Play 120 and punches his ticket to his first career Championship 4 appearance. Well, let's take a look at your Coca-Cola move of the race. It's going to be the final restart, Kenneth, but it could have been any of the last 6. He was money every time.
Yeah, he had really good
Think that with all these late
restarts.
race restarts, Evan, that Salas would maybe try different things, but no, stick to the mind crusher. Go immediately in the restart zone. And
Yeah,
set off
yeah,
into the
they had
sunset.
really good setup,
Nothing
seems
that
like,
Jordy
for
Lopez
the
could
car
do
and
to
everything.
react accordingly. Connor Euroshak seizes the opportunity to get his best career Coke Series finish and runner-up. That's all Salas needed. As soon as they were side by side for what was 3rd place between Lopez and Kerwin, that's all that really Salas had to see to be able to get off and look only in that front windshield to sail away for the win.
And he never looked back. And not only is it going to be the first time that Vicente Salas will compete for an eNASCAR championship in the Championship 4, but it will be the first appearance in the Championship 4 for Canon Esports. And indeed, Casey Kerwin not only defended, gained more spots.
So Casey Kerwin get because he gained points, yeah?
And will qualify in
Nice.
on points. So race winners in the round of 10, Wilson, Novak, and Salas. And your points paying spot goes to Casey Kerwin. That is the field of 4 who will fight for an eNASCAR championship on October the 7th.
I'm probably going to cheer for Vicente
3
Salas.
former champions, and then Vicente, who has been, young and up and coming in this series. He's been wonderful, and he was wonderful tonight. Now he's going to be on the stage at the NASCAR Hall of Fame in 2 weeks' time. We're joined by Chente, who's in Phoenix Victory Lane in Sim, and Victory Lane it is. Chente, you can let out that sigh of relief. You mastered the restart. How important would you say this win
It's going
is
to
in your
be
Coke Series
Homestead.
career to now
The
punch your
finals
ticket
at
into the
Homestead,
championship
Miami.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this is probably the biggest win of my career on here. Huge shout out to Dave Siltman for basically building this car from scratch. I couldn't do any of this without him. Thank you to Jonathan Platt, Caden Honeycutt, Houston Hammer, Dylan Duvall, just everybody at Dead Zone Racing that gives me fast cars to go and perform and win with. This is only our 3rd win on the year. I know we could have a lot more, but I'm glad we could come up clutch at the right time to get us one here.
Show to the camera, that's 3 as you were crossing the start-finish line. You're going into this final race at Virtual Homestead, but on the stage in Charlotte at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. You're going to be the only one in this Championship 4 who hasn't done that before. How much does that fuel you as maybe the underdog in this Championship 4 to go at it and execute for a first title?
Honestly, I feel like we've kind of been considered an underdog my whole time in this series, and we've really worked hard on the mindset and the mentality the last couple of years to get us to this point, because we came up short last year, and I feel like we corrected those wrongs from the past couple of years. And I think now we go in, maybe as an underdog, but realistically, I feel like we're a favorite to win. I mean, we've been so fast at every single racetrack, drove from the back to the top 5 the last 2 races, got wrecked out the last race. So, like I said, thank you to Dead Zone Racing. I feel like we're going to go into this race really confident.
On top right now with a chance at a title in 2 weeks' time. Chente, congratulations on the win. Congrats on making it to the Championship 4. We'll see you in 2 weeks at Charlotte. So now we're joined by 4th place finisher Casey Kerwin, but Casey, a top 10, top 5 run all night is more than enough to point you in to the final round for another chance at a championship, this time in 2025. How could you describe those final restarts and all of that mounting pressure of just trying to hope that you would stay in and not get into any of the messes around you?
Yeah, it was really stressful. I Yeah, I joked after that I need to check if I'm balding tomorrow. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, we had a big gap on Parker. I think, unfortunately for him, he got some damage early. I think was kind of behind the 8 ball the whole night. So I knew he was kind of back there, but I knew once I was enjoying the single file restarts because it just kept us very far apart. But then once we went to double file, at any point with how much we fan out here, there could just be 6 cars take each other out in front of him, and he'd be right back with us. So yeah, thankfully I almost got killed on one of the restarts. I had to completely roll off the brake into one to not get killed. So that was frightening. And then thankfully after that I had guys around me that took care of me and didn't put me in any bad spots at the end. So yeah, it's just been a really stressful last like 5 or 6 races with trying to make the playoffs on points. You know, and then through the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so.
Michigan, late yellows,
and especially not as bad as one of the previous races.
So, yeah, it's just been once we kind of got down to
especially this one. Yeah,
positive,
especially this one where
again,
Daniel Falkenham almost won the race,
out,
but due to green and white
got
checker,
another shot at
he
one, so
loses the win.
Now we can just go have fun and see what happens in 3 weeks.
You have a shot to try and add another one of those Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah,
trophies in your possession.
definitely,
Definitely. From your title in 22. Thank you, Casey, for the time, and that is it, Evan. Those two end up in. Salas wins this race outright, an exclamation point, and Casey.
Yeah.
A good run, and a good run is what Casey Kerwin got at the end.
Yeah, Salas came in 19 below the cut line and delivered. We take a look at your Coca-Cola full race results.
It's really
Connor Urashak, a career best P2 finish for the rookie here tonight. Jordi Lopez in third. Casey Kerwin fourth. Good enough to points his way in. We'll hear from those drivers and more in the Sunoco post-race report a little bit later on. Zach Novak, he was locked in tonight. Didn't matter a ton for him. He ends up fifth. Bobby Zelensky, though, improved late. He needed a little bit more. Unfortunately for that playoff driver, 7th place was not enough
that's good for
to
him.
get the job done.
And then behind them in the top 10, how about Dylan All and Garrett Lowe? Great job for them to point into the top 10 at the end. There's Tucker Minter, who had been at the front for a majority of the first half, and then things really changed in that second half. He had to try and dig his way out of a hole, and only 11th is what he can get, but that's not enough to point into the final championship for. Logan Clampett behind in 12th, Seth DeMerchant, Nick Oninger, Femi with top 15s, and then behind them, Parker White with a 16th place finish, a defending winner of this race. Unfortunately, the damage early, he really couldn't get over that for the rest of the night. Michael Cozy Jr., despite starting at the back, maybe could have a chance to stay in the top 20 in points at Homestead, Miami in 2 weeks. And Kwame Scott, I mean, doubled all the issues with Tyler Gary, still ends up with the top 20.
And how about Colin Keister? What a valiant drive from 34th to, I think, 6th or 7th until he was involved in an incident. He will not advance in the next round of these playoffs. Also, Christopher Hill. The battle between he and
because
Connor
he
Urashak for the
get
rookie
into the
points
crash,
title.
I think.
Hill had the upper hand until he took a 4-tire call. Connor took a 2. The 96 never recovered. He finishes 23rd in this race. I also mentioned Blaze Crawford, somebody to watch for. He's a bubble driver for relegation. P30 tonight does not help him.
Yeah, and then these are all the drivers that found trouble. Dylan Duval, multiple crashes. He's out. Steven Wilson has the punch ticket, but 39th it is after a huge crash on the dog leg. And Timmy Holmes with the last spot in this 40-car field from Phoenix.
It's a look top to bottom at your Coca-Cola full race results. And then there was one. We will head to iRacing's virtual Homestead Miami Speedway, the best track on the NASCAR calendar to crown a champion. We're headed back to South Florida, but only
so in 2 weeks,
speaking, because we're headed to Uptown Charlotte and the NASCAR Hall of Fame for the live eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series Championship.
Yeah,
like it's coming at you in 3 weeks' time. KB, I'm excited for
3 weeks.
To experience your first one in person. It's been a nice kind of annual tradition over these last couple of years.
Yes, I'm going to stream tomorrow. Yeah.
We will have 4 of our eNASCAR superstars with us there in person.
Well, I got in talks tomorrow, so after it, I can start, I think, my own stream
by the end of the night.
And yeah,
actually,
actually,
will really run high. I'm going to be excited to be in Charlotte with you guys and the rest of the crew to put this show together. But to be in that
they'll be
situation,
Thursday.
especially for the 3 that have been there before, it's a chance to really do great.
They'll be Thursday. Yeah, they'll be like Thursday evening for me, and college series will be Friday morning for me. Then, if it's like on Thursday, right? It's on 18th.
And of course, for your broadcast crew tonight, for Camille Salazar Hadaway, Alan Cavana, and Ryan Vargas on Countdown Green, and for Kenneth Bueno and myself.
Yeah, it's 18 for me. Yeah.
And thanks for being with us all.
Yeah, I hate that.
Is Vicente Salas.
So wait. So then it will be morning of Thursday for me. So yeah, and Ini Talks will be evening on Thursday. So it's okay.
Good night, and we'll see you.
Yeah, I'm going to start stream earlier than today. Today I had a really busy day, so I slept a little bit and then just jump into co-watch party. Well, maybe, yeah. Going to think about this, so alright. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Thank you. See you. Alright, guys. Once again, thank you so much, and we'll see you.